Yes, I see. Good news, everyone!
What's up guys, Sal here. So we've been hearing murmurs about the Samsung Galaxy Fold 2 for months now, with everything from the codename to screen sizes apparently leaking. But in possibly the biggest leak so far, we get to know almost everything about the Galaxy Fold 2, and there's a lot of good news to talk about. First off, this information comes from the CEO of Display Supply Chain Consultants, who says that the Galaxy Fold 2 will have a 120Hz display just like the Galaxy S20. The foldable panel will have a 7.59-inch display with a resolution of 2213 by 1689. There were rumors that Samsung will use the under-display camera technology on the Fold 2, but it turns out the tech isn't ready yet. Samsung will instead use a punch hole cutout just like the Galaxy S20 series, and it's safe to assume it would be at the corner and not at the center. Another good news is the Fold 2 will have the S Pen support. There was a report a few days ago that S Pen didn't make the cut on the Fold 2. It was mentioned that Samsung wanted to make the handset lighter than the original Fold, but it looks like that wasn't true. The S Pen support is indeed included, and that's great news for the Note fans. I saw a lot of Galaxy Note users mentioning that they would consider buying the Galaxy Fold if there is a support for the S Pen. So surely this is gonna attract a lot of Note fans, as well as it will give Samsung a distinct edge over its competitors, because companies like Huawei, Motorola, or anyone who makes foldable handsets now can't have the S Pen that can push the foldable phone tablet formula to new heights. Now, according to Ross, the Fold 2 will have an ultra-thin glass to support the S Pen. As seen on the Galaxy Z Flip, the ultra-thin glass has a plastic layer on top to keep it all together. But as a result, even after using ultra-thin glass, it was easy to make scratches with a pointy object because the outermost layer was plastic. So I hope the plastic layer on top of the ultra-thin glass on the Galaxy Fold 2 is resilient enough to sustain pressure from pointy objects such as the S Pen. Or maybe let's hope Samsung would have made an all-new stylus just to work on the Galaxy Fold 2. I guess we'll know soon enough. Now coming to the front, it will have a 6.23-inch display, which is considerably bigger than the 4.6-inch of the original Galaxy Fold. It will have a resolution of 2267 by 819, and the good news is it won't have a notch, but instead will have a punch hole camera cutout just like the Galaxy S20. The smaller front display was one of the biggest complaints users had with the original Galaxy Fold, so good to learn that Samsung is changing that with the Fold 2. Now, unlike the inner display which has 120Hz refresh rate, the outer display is 60Hz, which sucks to be honest because you're surely gonna notice the difference. The 120Hz display will spoil you for sure, and the outer 60Hz display will feel like crap. Anyway, Ross tweeted that he'll give us more information about the camera, launch date, and most importantly the price next week. According to previous information, we learned that the Fold 2 will be slightly less expensive than the original Fold. That's because there will also be a 256GB storage variant this year instead of just 512GB on the original Fold. In any case, I'll keep you informed whenever Ross decides to share new information on the Fold 2, so you can consider subscribing for that. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.